How's everybody doing? You're looking at the Underground Railroad television show. We come on in Chicago on Saturday nights. But you know what? This is a special edition of the Underground Railroad television show. And trying to determine whether I will be coming on at a specific time, or should it just be sporadic? I don't know. That's something I'm trying to say. I'm coming from the United States of America. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, and right now it's like 11 o'clock, 11:02 p.m. at night, and talk about the news. This is for all you insomniacs, because you know what, somebody may be looking at this tonight, but it may be daytime where you are. It may be the afternoon. But like I said, we just had a holiday called Halloween that just passed. And there are many people just celebrate Halloween. And you know what? They should do what they want to do. Okay. But I say it was just interesting, very interesting. You know, to see the people go around with their costumes and hey David, how you doing, brother? You call me Captain Bradley. No, you the captain, brother. No, sir. If I'm the captain, you the general. No doubt. But thank you, David. That's my co-host. Because we do a show Monday and Tuesdays, and we just haven't narrowed it down to a specific day. But Halloween, people celebrate Halloween. Okay, there's some things about Halloween, but you know what? I'm not here to demonize Halloween. You know what? Yeah, I guess you have to respect other people's opinions and other people's views. But I am glad that usually in Chicago, usually a child or a couple children are abducted during Halloween. You know what? There's some people that believe in making rituals on people and all that, but I'm happy to report that there are no children that were abducted during Halloween. I'm happy to report that. You know, and man, it was like nice. You know, I was looking at the costumes, man. It was costumes of people dressed up as witches and goblins. And let me see, President Obama and Donald Trump and Joe Biden and all that. But I am happy to say that you know what? No one got injured. Nobody got hurt. No kids came up missing. And you know what? There was no candy that was bad, because sometimes they report people that come up abduct these children during Halloween. And I can say within the United States of America, if something did happen, it was not in the news. Okay. Who knows? Maybe we're starting to change as a culture. We're starting to change as a people. I don't know, you know. So that's good. And the virus, you know what? I'm not gonna say you should take your shot. You shouldn't take your shot. You know what? You should do what's in your best interest. You should do what's in your best interest. You know what? Because I was looking at the View television show today. And you know what? There was a conservative on there. You know what? He said, I don't see why people should have to take the shot. Other side said people should take the shot. But I'm here to say, because you know what, people should have a right to do what they want to do with their own body. I guess so. They should have the right to do what they want. Hey, David, they should have the right to do what they want to do with their own body. So you know what? There's a lot of censorship, and the thing is, I think like on platforms like this, there's things you can say, and there's things that you shouldn't say. You know, you can't come on here espousing to do harm to somebody, to beat somebody up or something like that. I think it's fair that it needs to be rules and regulations for everything, everything. So like if you want to get like, I don't even know if I have my phone. You know what? I was gonna say if you want to give me, I want to give me a telephone call, and you might have a question for me, you want to put something in the chat room. Just let me know. But the thing is, that's like when a child goes to school, they have to take polio shots and they have to take all other shots are like that. But I guess the way it is you do also have a choice on whether you want to homeschool your child or you want him or her to go to public school. So that's just decisions that you have to make in regards to that issue. You want to take the shot, take it. If you don't want to take it, hey man, that's on you. You know. So I'm not here to judge. All I'm here is to just report the news as I see it. And one thing that I'm starting to learn about being a journalist to a certain extent is that you really can't put your personal feelings into it. I'm learning that you have to just report the news, just report what is going on. And the virus, one thing that I notice is in Chicago, Illinois, there's a lot of businesses that just did not open up again. And there are a lot of office spaces that are available in Chicago right now. I'm pretty sure that's nationwide. And I kind of think that for the majority of us, we won't go back to business as usual. And we probably say, what do I mean by business as usual? Okay, I remember back downtown, you couldn't even rent out an office building. Not that I had that type of money anyway. It was just an observation. But now there's so many spaces where you can rent downtown Chicago in the United States of America. And I'm pretty sure that's probably all over the United States. You walk to some of these shopping malls, I mean, it's like deserted. But the thing is, I think things have just changed. And I think someone that owns a business, they say, man, why should I rent something downtown to conduct business? And that individual say, you know what? I can conduct that at home. I can have the people that work for me conduct the business at home by them using their laptop. And then maybe meeting up at like a Starbucks or meeting up at a library and getting a room and then saying, you know what? That saves my bottom line, whereas I don't have to pay these enormous numbers, enormous amount of money to rent something downtown. They say, you know what? That's what we could do. You get you a computer, whether you get you an Apple or get you a PC, and you make sure that it has a webcam, and then we use Zoom. Okay, so the dynamics of business has changed. It's changed dramatically. You know what I'm saying? Look at me, man. I mean, for me, for example, once upon a time, when I went to Kennedy King College, okay, in Chicago, I was thinking, man, I want a studio. I want a studio. I want a television production studio. But you know what? But first of all, you need a clientele for that. Okay. But then I said, wait a minute. You know what? You can do it at home. You could do it at home. You know what? And that's something I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start interviewing more people over the internet and utilizing these social media platforms. So I don't think business will ever go back the way it was. Okay, because back to the fact again is you could use your laptop, You can conduct business that way. And like I said, you can meet somewhere in a local library in a Starbucks, and therefore you don't have to rent out all this office space that costs thousands of dollars. So I think that people are rethinking that, and that's even with the educational system. You know, because I'm aware that there is a digital divide. There's a digital divide. Digital divide is there's some people that don't have the internet, some people that don't know how to work the internet. But you know what? They could be trained to work the internet. And I'm looking at the enormous space that a regular school has and the amount of money that it costs the taxpayers to light it, to heat it, to maintain it. And you know what? And the thing is, what they can do is they can learn remotely at home. But one of the negatives, I think, is one of the negatives about it is what do you do with a child that has fallen behind? Like me, man, I wasn't the greatest student in grade school, or high school. But you know what? College, I excelled in trade school. But the thing is, what do you do about them? And I think what you do about them, since you're spending all this tax money on the school and you're spending tax money on at the library, you could have the students that have fallen behind, you could have them meet at a library. And you know what? In a designated area, because there's a lot of libraries. I'm gonna say in Chicago. I don't know about any other area. The students that fall behind and just can't catch up. You know, and that's what I would think. I mean, it to me. Tell me if I'm wrong about what I'm saying. Put something in the chat room and say, brother, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. And the thing is, I am amazed at the Chicago Board of Education. I used to work for the Chicago Board of Education. I used to work in the kitchen for years. Okay. But what amazed me is when you drive past the school and you see all of these lights on, it's like these lights are on down there 24 hours a day. And the thing is, I don't understand it. The reason I don't understand it is because it's costing the taxpayers so much money to burn all of these lights, all this energy all night. And the thing is, I don't understand is these schools they were constructed, why they didn't use solar energy. But I think they did not utilize solar energy because they said, you know what, the taxpayers are going to be the one end up paying for this anyway. And you know what, I don't think that they in consideration. I think that they were insensitive. They were insensitive towards the capital that goes out to um, run these schools. Okay, why couldn't you use solar power? Okay, now here it is. I'm somebody that has some college and has a trade school, but here it is. You probably have a master's degree. You will probably have master's degree, a PhD, a bachelor's degree, and you know what? When we talk about the construction of schools and even prisons, why didn't you utilize solar energy? I didn't get it. I don't get it because with solar energy, okay, so what? It'll take time to pay for itself. Okay, but if you know that school is going to be up for like 30, 25 years, that would pay for themselves, plus the energy that is not being utilized, that would have been sold right back to the state, and that would have went right back to the taxpayers. But the politicians, they didn't even have the foresight to even think about nothing. That's like sports stadiums, which those like the Chicago Bears, the Rams, a soccer team, a football team. Okay, like the White Sox, the Red Sox, and the LA Lakers. I don't even understand why they don't utilize solar power, because you know what, if they utilize solar power, you know what, they could have probably lowered the price of the chickens. They could have sold that energy right back to um the company, to the power company, and they could have made improvements to their customers. Plus, they could have done little promotional things with the extra money, with the money that they got back, little check they got back. They could have said, you know what, we're gonna do something for our fans. Okay, give a dial, give them a big, give them a Bitcoin when they come in or something. I really just don't understand it. I don't understand it, and that's what I would say about Joe Biden. I believe that Joe Biden is going to be a good president. Okay. Now you know what, I look at Fox News. Okay, I look at Hamilton, and I look at Carson Tucker sometimes on Fox News. I look because you know what? I want to know what the other side is thinking. That is something that I want to know. I want to know that. And the thing is, I think that it is very inappropriate, and I think that it is very disrespectful of them. It's one thing to talk about U.S. President Joe Biden, but it's another thing to say, look at him, he forgets. We forgets. He forgets. But you know what? That happens naturally with age. That happens. It's going to happen. Hey, man, I lay my keys down sometimes, and you know what? I forgot where I put the keys. Okay. So if you want to, join this broadcast, all you got to do is just press the link, and you know what? You might have some news. You might have some particular news that you want to talk about. Okay. That you want to talk about. Okay. So just come to the link and hey, join us, because there are people watching, and I want to say thanks to the people that are watching in the United States, Central America, Mexico, Canada, Europe, Asia, Africa, the UK, Europe, and Australia, the land down under. I don't know why they say it's the land down under. I used to like that commercial with Pat Hogan that used to say, from Australia, come on down to Australia. He said you could put a shrimp on the barbie, and I used to like that. But the thing is, I think that to say that Joe Biden forgets, we all forget. And the very people that are sitting up here saying that Joe Biden, U.S. President Joe Biden forgets, they forget. And if they don't forget, at some point, if they continue to live, they are going to forget. So, and I think that it was, okay, he walked up to Air Force One. That's the plane, I believe, that the U.S. president goes on, and he slipped. And you know what? I thought it was just bad to keep on showing the president slipping. Hell, we slept. We all slept. Keep on living. But I think that Joe Biden, hey man, if you voted for Donald Trump, cool. If that's who you voted, you vote for who you want to vote for. Okay? And the thing is, there was some things I liked about Donald Trump. I'll tell y'all later on. Okay. But the thing is, Joe Biden with the New Deal using green technology, meaning using windmills, okay, and using solar power, okay, and also what else is he's gonna have electric car portals where you can plug up your electric car at a certain time. I'm saying, like, if you're driving on the road and you know what, there's a lot of places where you cannot plug up your car. So Joe Biden is innovative. He's thinking not about today. He's thinking about the future. So you know what? I will, Joe Biden, far as I'm concerned, he is all right. He is all right. He's gonna be a good president. And you know what? I am so glad that the naysayers, it's easy to sit back on the sideline and criticize. But you know what? If you feel that way, man, you should criticize. You have the right to criticize if you voted. You do have the right. You have that right. But like I said, there were two sides. And I think Joe Biden, he would love to bring both of the sides together. And he has done that on that new budget with the Green Deal of utilizing and rebuilding the infrastructure of the United States of America by taking care of bridges, bringing solar power, using wind power. Because it's sometimes because the charcoal in the gasoline that is being used and utilized by a lot of us, it is damaging the ecosystem. Okay. Now I know there's some people out there listening that do not believe in the science. They don't believe that the ozone layer is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. But there's a group of people that understand that the more carbon monoxide and toxins that go up into the atmosphere out of ionosphere, it's becoming weaker and weaker. So therefore, that is what you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of global warming that is going on. You're seeing a lot of storms that are going on. You're seeing a lot of hurricanes that are going on. And you know what? I feel that we need to reduce our usage and dependency of gasoline in Saudi Arabia and getting all this gas. And we need to lower the ignition. That's why you got an automobile. One example. When you got an automobile, you go get an ignition test. Okay. And I think that is a good idea. And you know what? I would give Joe Biden, give him a thumbs up for that. You know, give him a thumbs up for what he did in Afghanistan by taking the troops out of Afghanistan and bringing them back home. Give him a thumbs up for that. You know, and I'm one that once upon a time I really didn't believe in sanctuary cities. But I'm starting to believe in sanctuary cities. Sanctuary city is when you let people come in from Central America, you let people come in from Mexico, you let them come in and you let them be afforded the subsidies that are available. And you know what? I really didn't really believe that. Hey, how you doing? Wink to Minnie. Hey, live. How you doing? And if you got a question for me, please let me know. I really didn't believe in sanctuary city, but now I guess you could say I'm biased because you know what? I would say I believe in it. Not the reason I believe in it now. I'm saying this biasly because what Joe Biden did was he withdrew from Afghanistan and he's inviting more Muslims to the United States of America. And what is wrong with giving them some money if they need it to afford themselves to survive in a society? You know, okay, isn't sanctuary city from the law? Yeah, it is. It is the law. It is the law. But you know something? It is not the law in every state because you have some red states like Texas, okay, where they have people on the border right now. They don't believe in sanctuary city. Sanctuary city is giving people capital to get settled in the United States of America. And you know what? I didn't agree with it. But like I said, I'm saying out of biasness because you gotta look at my Kofi, you say he's a Muslim. Okay, I'm a Muslim. But I believe that Joe Biden is humane. And I guess you could say when I didn't believe in sanctuary city, I was inhumane. I should. That's something. That's something that I should have took into consideration. But he's letting more Muslims. So Joe Biden. You know what? I'm a clap for him. I think he's going to do a good job, and I think that Kamala Harris, if he cannot make it for the second term, he can't make it for a second term. Kamala Harris, but we know that Donald Trump will eventually. If I'm saying if it comes to pass, will run for president again. There's some things that Donald Trump did that I did agree with. I did agree with. Probably say, what did you agree with? Okay. And let me put your thing up in here. No, I mean Sanctuary City is a city declaring that they're not willing to follow the U.S. immigration law. You're correct. That's correct. That is correct. What you're saying about Sanctuary City. I was against I was against it. But like I said, but I think that it was inhumane that I was against it because what the people from Central America, they're fleeing countries, some countries where drug cartels run the country. Run the country, and they terrorize the people and they control the politicians in there. But I think, like I said, what made me change my mind, it made me reevaluate. We have a right to reevaluate and to change our mind about things. We have that right. And what made me reevaluate it is, like I said, when Joe Biden allowed the Muslims to come in the United States of America from Afghanistan. And you know what? It's just no need to be hateful towards Muslims because you know what? There's always going to be a group of people that do things that are destructive. There is, but there's no need to be hateful and to despise somebody that prays 5 times a day. Somebody that wants to be peaceful, somebody that believes in the Quran, somebody that pays zakat at the end of Ramadan. There's no reason for that. And I have another question in here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it. Okay. Do you think he is going to do a good job what he's doing for the last 10 months? You're talking about Joe Biden. I think that Joe Biden is going to do a good job. I think that he's a man of character. I don't believe I don't believe that he will get caught in any scandals. I believe that he will be good for the nation. I believe that. But one thing about it, Donald Trump will be back. If he lives, he will be back. Somebody said, what do you like that Donald Trump did? Something I like Donald Trump did. I think that now, you can be right sometimes about something, but I think that he was right to make the people that was within NATO. I'm talking about the people that the United States that they're protecting. We're protecting other nations by having military personnel there and military vessels and craft and that. And I think that he did right by making them pay their fair share because I think that's wrong for the United States. I think that I always thought it was a wrong practice for the United States of America to keep on throwing all this military support for a country that gave absolutely nothing in return. I thought Donald Trump was right about that. Okay. Things I disagree with him about. Okay. Okay. So let me put your thing up. I'm gonna read this. They are fleeing past, very safe, passing through to get to America. It's not about safety for them. It's about the free money. Yeah, I mean, I look at it as if you know what, if you're fleeing something, if I'm trying to get away from something, it must be some type of danger, because me being sympathetic now is that you have cartels, MS-13. That's an example. Okay, that's the only Mexican, gang, or Latino gang that I know that run certain parts of Central America. I believe that you're right. They're coming for the money, but I also believe that there's a great segment of them. When you see that many people on the Texas border like that, I believe that they are fleeing in tyrannical behavior of drug cartels and corrupt politicians throughout Central America, not all of Central America, that have sold out, that are connected, are bought and paid for by drug cartel lords. So therefore, there's a lot of corruption. It's a lot of corruption, and I believe that you are right. There is a segment that is coming for money, but I believe now. I believe, whereas if I had a child and I had opportunity to come to the United States of America, I would take that chance. But I'm not advocating maybe you should sneak in, but you know what? It should be done legally. It should be legal. So Joe Biden and what President Obama did. We know what President Obama did. The Dreamers. I believe that you are born here. Okay, okay. He's got a statement up here. A statement. Agree. They are fleeing a dangerous part of South America, moving into the thoughts of safe area to get to America. Why? The money. They pay more than the other nations, even the safe ones. And I agree. I agree with the money. I agree with the money, but you know what? There's a other aspect that is involved. If you have a child, okay, I'm a father. Okay, you may be a father, you may be a mother, you may be taking care of a child. You know what? If you're living in an oppressed, I'm not gonna say area country where dictators are calling the shots, and the government is oppressive to the people, and you looking across the borders, and I think that an adult say, "Damn, you know what? I got to figure out a way to get. I got to figure out a way to get across the border. I got to take my chance." You know, so I believe that money, because you know what, money, capital can give somebody a new start. It can give somebody a new start. But like I said, again, I want to point out something. I was totally against Sanctuary City. At some point, if you sit back and go at the archive and look at some of my shows, I was totally against Sanctuary City. I was. But then I would say biasly, I changed my mind when Joe Biden, US President Joe Biden, went on ahead and, like I said, pulled the troops from Afghanistan, and he allowed Muslims to come in to the United States of America, and he's going to allow more to go on. And this junk about from Fox Television talking about, Hamilton, Tucker Carlson, I don't know who said this allegation, talking about they're terrorists that are coming into the United States of America. Oh man, I think you know what, I look at Fox Television is another news station, but I look at it as like propaganda. It's propaganda, but they have a right. But it affords me the right to hear a different viewpoint, to hear a different perspective. Okay, that does not mean that I agree with them, because you know what? Because you're listening to somebody, you know what? That does not mean that you agree with them. You agree with what they're saying and all that. You know what? That's the thing is about doing having a format like that. It gives you the ability to hear different opinions and hear different views. And you know what? That's something that I find most fascinating about having the ability to have a format to interview people that have different perspectives. And I have always told myself, if someone has a different view than me, that's okay. Because you know what? I want to invite them on because you know what? I love to interview somebody. And you know what? It's not to tie them down, it's to understand their narrative, to understand why they feel the way they feel. And I have to ask questions that may be hard sometimes because I'm a critical thinker. I'm not saying I'm the best thinker in the world. I'm not. But the thing is, I find it out by interviewing somebody, you can't just pick up this tab and just go to the next question. You have to intensely listen to what they're saying. And then you know what, the question that you have on the list sometimes may not even be asked because that individual said something that was more engaging. It took you in a different direction. But a good interviewer has to have the ability to listen, not to just to go down and listen, just ask question after question, because I can see something out of it. But like I said, Joe Biden, thank you for letting more Islamic people come to the United States. Thank you. And I'm a clap. No, I'm not supposed to be clapping. And I see Joe Biden as being a thoughtful man. I see him as being a humane man. And I see him as being a man that is not going to be swayed by the news media, meaning that he has his own thoughts. It's not going to affect him. Because I looked at what the polls were in the United States of America. And I don't know who took those polls, but you know what? But it did not sway him one way or the other. He carried on with his mission, and you know what? And he's a mature man. But like I said, U.S. President Donald Trump, he will be back if he lives. Joe Biden will be back if he lives, because only God knows what's going to happen to both of them. Because you know what? I think what 2002, 4, that's a way out, but they're posturing right now. Okay. And I talk about the gun violence in Chicago, and I want to say to the young people that get the opportunity to see this broadcast, you know what? Put down your guns and go to the library. Pull your pants up too. Have some type of respect for yourself and have some type of respect for your elders. Because you know what? All due respect. What goes on in somebody else's household, that's their own business. But like I said, I couldn't see at this age, you know what, having if I had a son coming in the house with his pants pulled down to us, but in my house. But people have a right to do what they want to do. I think that perhaps it's my generation. I see it as quite disrespectful. I see it as quite disrespectful to the elder if a young man is sitting up here and his pants are pulled all the way down to his buttock. I see it as disrespectful. But you got to remember something. I'm 60 years old. Okay. So I'm not going to have the same perspective that they have, but I just come from a different school. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see right now there are women that are pulling their pants down, emulating their male counterpart. And you know what? It's mind boggling to me. And I just don't understand. I don't understand. Perhaps somebody else could put something in the chat room to have me to understand. But Like I said, I have talked to some younger people, and they say, "Man, I don't see nothing wrong with pulling their butt down." But like I said, I'm from a different generation, so That's what I would like to say to young people that are causing havoc, that are causing trouble. To lay down your guns, and you know what? Go back to school. Okay, you can make it in America. You know what? All you got to do is just think about what you want to do. You ever hear that song by R. Kelly? You're supposed to be listening to music, but if you could dream it, you could achieve it. I'm sorry, R. Kelly is in the trouble that he's on. R. Kelly, but people don't know, he is a singer that is in jail right now because it's alleged that he was with younger women. You know what? And they were not of the age to have consensual. I'm trying to think of the word. Sex. They was not of that age. So R. Kelly is in jail right now. And you know something else? Young men treat women with respect. And you know what, young men? If you feel like you gotta hit a woman, you don't need her. You don't need her. And you know what? You should not be putting your hands on a woman at all. You know what? And another message out there for young men: if you have a child, you should be paying child support. You know, and it's just ironic to me. You know what? I talk to there's females that come up to me and say, you know what? Hey, you know what? He's not paying child support. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt him. But the thing is, that is his responsibility to pay child support. And it's just beyond me. I'm gonna scratch my head. It's just beyond me why a lady wouldn't want to take a young man, an older gentleman to court that's not paying his fair share, because you know what? A man should be proud to take care of his children. You know, hey, pay child support, you know? And the thing is, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say this is the way it should be, but just the way I did it. The thing is, when I stepped up to the court, I told the judge, hey, you know what? I was taking care of mine before you even came on the scene. The judge gave me a price. I said, it's not no problem. It's not no problem. I was taking care. And that's how every man should take. And I'm not gonna say I went beyond the call of duty. You should be damn. You know what? That's my son. That's my daughter. You know what? Not only was I paying child support, if she wanted anything extra, all she had to do was ask. You know what? It was no problem. And you know what? It's just beyond me why a man just wouldn't want to take care of his responsibilities and take care of that child that came on. Like I say, it was no problem to me. You know, I wouldn't care if I had to pick up cans, get a truck, and make money. You know what? Whatever, because you know what? Anything that they wanted, it was no problem. Even though, so men, stand up, stand up. You know, and women, I want to get women. I don't know how I got on this subject matter. And women that are looking at this, do not let a man get away with not paying child support. And then hearing this, I love him. I don't want to hurt him. You know what? You put the love of the child ahead of that grown man. And I want to give a special message out here to women. Guys, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, but I'm telling the truth. That man will not do any more to you than you allow him to do. So if you allow him to disrespect you, if you allow him to curse at you, call you a B, call you a H, you know what? That's your fault. I'm gonna say it one more time, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. But you know what? Hey man, I'm here. I'm here in the palms. But the thing is that is a message for all women out there. And I told my daughters that a man will not do any more to you than you allow him to do. And the second thing is, I'm talking to y'all like my daughters now. But somebody needs to hear this because you know what? Um, I know it's repetitious, but somebody needs to hear this because you know what? Somebody out there might not have had a good relationship with their father. Somebody might not have a father. And somebody might not have a father to tell them this. If you find a man that does not know how to treat his mother right, don't walk away from him. Run away from him. Because if he treats his mother like that, what type of treatment do you think that you're going to get later on? What type of treatment do you think you're going to get? Observe. Because you know, when you first dating somebody, you see the best side of somebody and all that. But you know, that's why I say you should get married. I'm not gonna say you should get married too quick, but the thing is, that's something that you should be, women, you should beware of. You know what, the little Casanovas, you should beware of that. The man ain't gonna do no more to you than you let him do. And if you let him put his foot up your buttocks, he's gonna do that. He's going to lose respect for you. You let that man move in with you, and he's been promising to marry you, and you let him move in with you. At some point, that man loses respect for you. You know, I'm not saying in all cases, but most cases, you know what? He's not going to marry you. Most cases, not all cases. We can't say 100% about anything. But you talking to somebody again that doesn't believe that you should be doing it. You should be living. A woman and a man should be living together unless they married. So, so I'm trying to come from a righteous, or a righteous point of view. And you know what? We got some other news. We got some other news, and the other news is this is for Chicago. You know what? um, Alderman Fedoliak. He was an alderman during the Harold Washington era. Harold Washington era. Okay, they had council wars. He was African American, and I was Caucasian. Okay, but it wasn't about color. It was about power. It was about power. What happened is they fought in the council for years before Harold Washington died. The mayor of Chicago. But what happened? I just saw in the newspapers that former Alderman Fedoliak will be going to jail for tax evasion. Hey man, that's just for people that live in Chicago, because I'm pretty sure the majority of you don't know about Ed Fedoliak, and you might have heard the name Harold Washington, but he used to be the mayor of Chicago. He was the first African American elected mayor of Chicago. So, but that's what he been getting. And you know what? I want to send my condolences to Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg in the United States, he's a rapper. And what happened is his mother just died. Okay, his mother just died. And so my condolences, he probably never see this. But you know what? Keep his family in your prayers. Snoop Doggy Dogg is entertaining. Things he do that I don't agree with. But you know what? But no one could take away that Snoop Doggy Dogg is very talented. He's very talented. And I think he had, in positive thing is, he had a Pop Warner League to help children. But there's things that I do that people don't agree with too. So, you know what? You're not going to satisfy 100% of the people anyway. And Colin Powell. Colin Powell was a general for the United States of America, and he died recently. I don't have the date in front of me, but it's saying out, even though it's late. But Colin Powell, you know what? He did something that I didn't like, but like I said, there's things that I do that people don't like. So that's what I will say about that. So what I will say is Colin Powell, he was a military man. I think he was from Jamaica. I think he was, to do the research on that. And he served the nation. One thing I didn't like the the invasion of Iraq. You know what? Because in my estimate and other people's estimates, there was no weapons of mass destruction, and that was in a new. But then somebody asked him about that on television, and they said, "Man, what do you think? What do you think? What did you think about that?" He said, "That is something that will be on my record for the rest of my life." But I felt, other than that, Colin Powell, I felt that he was a good character, you know, because I sort of understand when you're in these administrations, sometimes you may get bad information from from FBI, CIA that just has surveillance in there, but there were no weapons of mass destruction. So please, you know what? Can somebody send me a message? About this show? Was the sound good? Was the sound bad? And I'm trying to determine what time I should have a show on a regular basis. I don't think I'm going to do it in the morning because I have to work in the morning. But maybe y'all can give me a time, you know me, and then I could sit down and really, really, really think about it. You know, because you know what, we have things that we have to do, and thing is that you know what that is what I like to do. But I would like to know, you know what, because you know what, when I first started doing this live streaming, man, you know what, it's kind of hard. It wasn't hard, but you know what, the hardest thing about live streaming is setting up the lights. Because you know what, I could give you a background with a big green screen with me behind me, or something like this in the background. And actually, I'll probably move over this way so you can see the palm trees. I ain't showing off. But the thing is, it takes time to set this up. But if anybody have any advice about any type of shows they would like to see, or something that they would like to talk about, or they would like to be a guest on the Underground Railroad TV show, you know what, on the internet, please give me a telephone call. I want you to help out though. Because I want you to help out. Look up at the top. I got the wrong side. Okay. And help, because you know what? And you know, if it affords me the ability to make better content to help out monetarily, I help out with money, send some type of donation, something like that. But you sending me a donation if you give me a comment, if you give me a thumbs up, you give me a thumbs down, if you can tell me, you know what do I need to do to improve? Do I need a new microphone? Do I need more lights? Something like that. You know what? That is very helpful. And you know what? If you can leave me a comment about what do you think should be done. You know what? Do that. Because you know what? I wanna be able to produce better content. And by you letting me know what you want to see, it gives me the ability to say, you know what, I'll sit down and analyze it and come to a conclusion. And like I said, different people could, you know what, come on the show. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to. You probably say, I'm going to have people on the show that don't agree with me. So what? You know, because the world is not bent. You know what? The world is not built around me. You know what? It's not centered around me. And I think that people that have different viewpoints, they should have the ability to express themselves. And I'm not gonna censor, as long as it's not an MF this and a FU that and all that. I'm not gonna censor. You know, like if it's a nationalist that wants to come on, let's talk. Okay. From a group that I just don't even agree with. Come on. I just want to hear your perspective. It's not to tie you down or anything like that. It's to ask critical questions. Not only for me to understand, but the individuals that take time out of their day to look at this particular platform where they can understand too. And you know what? The people that are looking online, you know what? I want to thank you. You know what? I am coming from the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. And you know what? These broadcasts, you don't know who's seeing this broadcast. Okay. You don't know who's seeing these broadcasts. You know what? All praises due to Allah. You know what? Somebody had once told me, man, what? You know what? I'm kind of changing up. He said, you do so many shows on Islam. He said, man, who nobody watching? I said, yeah, that's true, man. If man or lady, one person watches, all praises due to Allah for that. Because you know what? If they take Shahada, come to Islam because of something that I said, hey, all praises due to Allah. Because like I said, all these people clapping on the back, saying you a good guy, and all your money and all your cars and millions of people watching. You know what? In the end, that ain't gonna make no difference anyway. You know, all I'm trying to do is just give out information to people that can use, and you know what? And it really wouldn't be me changing their lives. You know, if somebody is doing something that's destructive and they come on one day and they need some help to change and transform their life, or somebody looks at this and they get some good out of it, the good comes from God, the good comes from Allah, and the bad comes from myself. So you know what? Anything that I have said in error, the bad came from me. You know, so like I said, somebody could just send me a message about what, hey, you know what, you like to see this show on a regular time schedule or something like that, and I sit here and figure it out. You want to be a guest? Hey, there's my telephone number. Okay, 773-416-7555. And you know what? I produce television shows in Chicago. Well, I come to you. Okay, and you want an event filmed? Okay, you want a party film? We don't do weddings, but I know somebody that has the ability to do weddings. Okay, the name of my company is called Shema Media Productions in Chicago, Illinois, and I edit. Okay? I don't have an Apple computer, but you don't need an Apple computer to edit. And those that have an Apple computer, it's great. I'm gonna get one day. But thing is, I don't know. I was looking at something from Apple. I don't think that I would get the Mac. I don't think I would get the Apple Air. I probably will get the Pro if things, financial situation change. I will probably get the Apple Pro. I get the iMac, and because I'm thinking, you know what do I need two laptops for? So I probably will end up getting the iMac. But the thing is, I'm going to probably wait to the next generation chip come out. But Lord knows Apple is a lot of money. For you people that got the big money right there. For me, I think to use an Apple product, for me, I think it probably would be main reason is to use Final Cut Pro. People don't know what Final Cut Pro is. That's an editing program that people on Apple and they use in the industry. You know what? I think Apple is a great computer, but like I said, I'm not running no commercial for them. If y'all want to send me an iMac, send it to me. I'm down there. We'll talk about it. But inshallah, be the will of Allah, I get one. But again, by me saying that, I thank Allah, God, for what I have, because you know what? I don't have to have anything. You know what? Because all this can be taken away from me in a matter of seconds. So, you know what? I say that humbly. You know, I don't go around. I don't want to go around thinking more of myself than what I am, because you know what? I have learned, when you think more about you think more of yourself than what you are. Those are attributes of the devil, you know. And you know, I got other people, I know other people that do shows. They say, man, I got the best show on television. I got the best internet show. And you know what? I just look at them. I look at them. I say, man, you know what? If your show, I say in my head, your show was so good. I don't see Fox Television. I don't see CNN. I don't see ABC or CBS beating down your door to put your show in mass production. I don't see you do. I say that to myself because they sound so silly to me. I got the best show. And I always say about my show, it's a work in progress. You know, I'm trying to do what's pleasing to my creator. And if my show changed one person's life in all the time that I've been doing it, I've been doing it for like maybe 15, 16 years. If it changed one person's life to change I did something. So, you know, I'm not, you know, the accolades is good, but understanding understanding, you know, what my dean, and Lord knows I fall short of my dean Islam. Understanding that, I understand that the accolades in the end, all this ain't gonna make no difference anyway. People clapping for you, patting you on the back, your big bank account, because you got a big client, you got a big house, because when the angel Gabriel comes back on the day of Yamakiyama, the day of judgment, and blow that horn, everything is going to flatten. I'm not trying to be derogatory by saying what Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, is going to do. So all this, it ain't going to make no difference anyway. Everybody will be standing in line waiting for judgment on the day of Yamakiyama, the day of judgment. And everything that you had, there's something in Quran, I mean, that says that once there will be a man in the hellfires, in the lower pits of the hellfires. And Allah, God, will bring him up to heaven. This man had everything that was good in the dunya, in everything. He had cars, he had ladies, he had money, he had power, he had status, he had fame, he had people giving him accolades. And they would ask the man that came up from the hellfires, okay? They will ask him, you been up there for a second. They will ask him, did you ever enjoy yourself? You know, it'll be a question asked. Did you ever enjoy yourself in the dunya? Dunya meaning earth. You know, he said, no, I never did. So one taste of the hellfires, a Jehana, a hell, will make you forget all of the pleasures that you enjoyed in the dunya. Dunya meaning earth. So don't get carried away with yourself. Don't get it conflicted. Don't think you the man, because you know what? Allah, God controls everything. And you know what? Maybe that's why I'm on here tonight. I don't know. You know, everything happens for a reason. Everything. And you know what? It's beyond our understanding. So don't get it conflicted. I remember it's a guy in Chicago named Shim Shai. He used to sell merchandise. Chicago at 75th and Stony Island in front of the Curse Exchange by Kentucky Fried Chicken. He used to sell merchandise, hats and socks and all that. We was talking about the Illuminati and the Skull and Bones and the Bohemian Grove. We was talking about that. And I said, man, they in control. You know what he said? He said, brother, we already know that. And he reinforced something. He said, but you got to remember one thing. We know about the evil ones and what they're attempting to do. But he said, remember, they may think it's funny, But after it's all said and done, the Lord above is in control. He's a Hebrew. He's a Shimshai is a Hebrew Israelite. What Ben Amin in Chicago? They have a community in Dimona in Israel, and you know what? I never forget that. You said after it's all, you said, remember, brother, we know about the evil ones, but after it's all said and done, the Lord above is in control. I said, brother, thank you. Thank you. You know, he's a Hebrew. I'm a Muslim. We used to sit down and just talk about that. Lord, one thing about it, he knew that Torah. He knew that Torah. He knew it. You know what? And man, I need to study like that too. You know, I'm studied, but not like that. But you know what? And that's something I have to check myself. You know, and start becoming more mindful of all that. But I want to say, you know what? Goodbye to the people in the United States of America, in Canada, in Central America, Mexico, Brazil, all Europe, Asia, Africa, the UK, China, that can speak my language. And share this broadcast. Share it. Share it. You know, all you got to do is just hit the button. Share. Leave me a comment. Man, I liked it. Man, I hated it. You know what, man? Hey, you know what? You need some improvements, man. You got to get your English together. I'll never get my English together because you know what I am, you know. So, but you know, we are products of our environment, but that don't mean we can't change. But you know what? But I hope that y'all enjoyed it. And like I said, I hope that y'all will just share this broadcast and comment on it and share it on Facebook, on YouTube, on your social media platforms, because I'm seeking to grow this audience. But that would only happen if it's the will of God, because I can't get any more than what the Creator wants me to have. You know, bottom line is I'm a businessman. Okay, I'm a businessman. Okay, I have a video production company. I'm giving you an example of what I'm talking about. I could pass out 1,000 business cards, 1,000 of them. I could pass out 2,000 of them. I'm just giving a fictitious number. But after it's all said and done, I'm not going to get any more than what my Creator is allocated for me. So, one subscriber. If it's one subscriber, no subscribers. As long as I got the good word out there, you know what the main thing is, to do what is pleasing to your Creator. For you, it might be Jesus. Peace and blessings be upon him. It might be Allah. It might be Yah. You know, but the thing is to do what's pleasing to your Creator. It's all the praise is for man and woman. That's what I've been trying to say. That ain't gonna make no difference anyway. So I'm gonna get ready to end this broadcast right now. Like I said, I'm in the United States of America. It is 12:09 p.m. Central Time in the United States of America, in Chicago, Illinois. But you know what? It's very bad time for me, because it's something that Muslims do in the morning. It's called Fajr prayer. Fajr. You know what is Fajr? Fajr is the first salat of prayer that a Muslim makes in the morning before the sun comes up in the morning. But it's a prescribed time. And so I had to get some sleep so I can wake up for Fajr. But the thing is, might not wake up for Fajr. Do you know what? Go back to what I said. It's all up to Allah. And I hope I have, and if I don't wake up, I hope that I have done what is pleasing to Allah and not to myself, for myself. And I hope I have given words. I want to give the words of peace and the words of Assalamu alaikum.